Point at the crocodile. That's not right. Try one more time. That's not correct. That's correct. Point at the washing
Love
machine.
cereal.
Washing machine. Point at the floor. That's a mistake. That's not correct. Brilliant. Point at the. That's right. Point at the chair. That's not correct.
Hey, 2 seconds. I can't see who's on. I'm just typing something.
Tina said, that's not right. Try. First. Not quite. That's a mistake. Good job. Point at the. Try one more time. Point at the clock. That's correct. Point at the armchair. Good job. Point at the purse. Washing machine.
All right. Who's here? Jessie Lawless. Hi. Sorry, I thought I'd invite a bunch of people from the ACE community too, just to see who wants to jump on. So we'll just wait a couple minutes. I have the last few days, I've had some like awesome conversations. Hey, Haley. Hey, Chris. Hey, Christy. Hold on. Let me get Ace a bowl of cereal.
Washing machine. Telephone. That's not right. That's not right. Good job.
It is. Yeah, so can you guys hear me okay? There's a lot of background music. Hold on.
That's not right. That's not correct. Purse.
Alrighty. So you guys I'm gonna mute whoever I can. And I'll make myself the spotlight. Yeah.
More time. Not quite.
Video. Hi, Ruby. Okay, so the reason I wanted to do this was the last couple of days I've had like some conversations with Ashley and Brian and Jared and Tony, and just really I've been in a space of just like doing, and just Melissa actually messaged me, and I told her, she was asking me about targeting and stuff, and it's something I'm getting a lot of questions about right now. Like, how do you get results? What are you targeting? And one thing about me is I don't ever really target interests. And I've talked about this before. So I just thought it would be helpful for you guys that are just currently building your avatar in your, for whoever's part of the 90-day challenge. For those of you that are building your avatar and kind of working on that, there's a couple things that I think that's really important to keep in mind. Number one, once you pick your audience, I think what a lot of people do is they pick an audience, they run a few ads to it, and they're like, okay, that's not working. So what I'm doing right now, hey Chanel, what I'm doing right now is, and this is kind of actually always what I've done a little bit, but more so now is, you pick your audience, like who you're targeting, and you shoot your ads and you create content as if you're speaking to that group of people. So, and you kind of start everything like that. Hey guys, just can you make sure you all mute yourself coming in? So So basically, you pick an audience, start with content. So content videos, boosting posts on your page, choose that audience. For me, I don't really select interest because I've mentioned this before. I'm all about compiling leads. So all I want to do is get people in as much as I can through my ads so that I can work to create a lookalike audience. So a lot of people try and create their avatar, but actually what's more helpful is allowing the process to see who are you attracting? Is it the people that you thought they were? Maybe not. So I go really broad and just target broad audience. Obviously, you can look at behaviors in your ads manager. There's a drop-down column up by where you customize your columns. And after you have enough data, you can compile, you can look at like the age range, and then you can dial down the age range and stuff too. But really working on creating a relationship with your audience first. So content videos target an audience, boost your post to that audience, and not just like one or two, but like actually really, if you're really confident with like who you want to talk to and who you want to work with, then it doesn't matter what kind of results you get right off the bat. If you're consistently bumping out to that group, eventually you're going to get results. So when I was talking to Melissa the other day, I was like talking to her and I was like, yeah, this is who I'm targeting right now. And it's gonna go. And I said that a few times and I was like, wow, I'm really confident whenever I have an ad or an audience that I'm going for, I'm always confident. I'm like, it's gonna go. Because I know that I'm gonna consistently pump them full of information that by the time I do an ad, that they're gonna know who I am. And because, excuse me, because I create content and then, and it's specifically for that audience. So just for example, right now, like, you're all muted when you come in, please. I go, okay, who do I want to work with right now? Well, I really like working with the younger generation because I resonate with them a lot. Eat your mango and then I'll get you some cereal. And so I'm like, okay, I really like to work with the younger generation. They're just getting out of high school right now or college. They're thinking about what they want to do that time of year. So hold on, I got to get the toddler cereal. Okay, so I'm like, okay, I want to work with the younger generation. What are they thinking right now? Okay, they're getting out of college. They're looking to, yeah, once again, you guys, please mute everybody. I put this out to the community, so there's going to be people jumping on. Please open the chat when you get in. Use the chat. So that's what I'm thinking, right? And then I'm thinking, okay, well, what are they thinking? If that's the people that I'm going after, what are they thinking right now? Well, they're going to be looking into student loans. They're going to be looking at colleges. Where are the colleges? So I've targeted location and age because that's my audience. What their interests are, I don't know. I did try, I was like, well, how about all the people that want to get into social media marketing, that want to be a digital marketer, right? So then I picked a picture that I thought they could relate to. And then I started pumping out content to this group of people. What do those kind of people want to see? Well, they want to see fun. They want to see upbeat. They want to, it's a younger generation. So the things that I shoot, the music I use, everything is going to be kind of targeted towards that. So I'm pumping out content, and I think that a lot of you have seen how much content I've been pushing out right now. And I'm just pushing it out. And then I am currently running ads to that same audience. but I'm also running content video to it too. So the thing is instead of trying to force an avatar or trying to create something that that you are waiting to, okay, so how am I going to put this? So you want to create something, you want to target to these certain people, and then you put out an ad and it doesn't work. Well, I've done that too, and you can't just put out an ad to just anybody and everybody and then be like, oh, they should trust me. Oh, it's a really good video, right? Like, you have to be able to give them something to help them to see who you are. So also have faith in, if that's your audience and that's what you're going for, don't just test one ad and then throw it out the window, right? Like, yes, obviously don't spend more than $10 per cost per lead, but I would say focus on really getting people some content. Please mute, you guys. Please focus on getting some content and get that out to them first. Also, when a lot of people are focused on sales, right? It's more just cost per acquisition than it is. We're gonna go in 10 minutes. I'm gonna have to keep this short. I just really wanted to share this with you guys. Worry about, like, if you have like 10 leads and you got a sale from that, that is actually a really good cost per acquisition, right? So not changing the $10 per cost per lead is not what I'm saying. If you're not getting leads on your ads, turn them off. But be confident when you're putting out content to that audience that's what they want to see. You are sharing information, who you are, and also putting out ads to those people as well. So when I do something, I'm like, it's going to go, because I know that what I'm putting out to this community in the beginning, it might take a little bit, but if I keep dishing out information to this group of people over time, I'm going to create a relationship with this group. So if you have a group of people that you're really strongly really want to work with, and for anybody that's a mom in here, if you're just targeting moms, this is really not a good group. Like, as far as like, I've done that forever. Like, pick like certain types of people, right? Like, where are they in their life in this year, in this space? What are they looking for? We're going into summer right now. People are going to not want summer to end, right? This is a great time to be going advertising to people. People are going into summer full time with their kids. They're going to be going on trips. Like, how can we speak or whatever they're doing, right? Like getting out of college, whatever. So be confident when you've chosen an audience. Be confident that you know that the content that you're putting out will be interesting to them, that you're getting your face in front of them. And then when you decide to blast an ad, you've already created a relationship. So another cool thing that I'm trying, and this is something I'm committing to for a year, and yes, you do need a little bit of a bigger ad budget to do something like this, but basically, in what I'm saying in all this thing right now is be consistent for longer and be confident. And if you can be confident in the content that you're putting out, not just one ad, but like videos and stuff, you will eventually get that attention that you are looking for, right? So if your stuff's not working and your content's not good enough, well, then you're going to have to make it better, right? Like, you're going to have to get their attention. So over time, what I'm doing is, I was walking around Calgary the other day, and I was like, I'm like everywhere here, and, me with the boys, like, we get a lot of attention. Like, people are always looking at us because, whatever, like, it's just, I just noticed that, right? And I'm like, okay, so why wouldn't I? Because you guys know, like, how like movie stars and stuff, like, you feel like you know them, right? Like, there's like, but it's just because you've seen their face all the time. So I was thinking the same thing, is what if I just got my face in front of Calgary, and I was just pumping to Calgary. I don't usually go for smaller audiences, but this is something. Please mute, you guys. I'm still hearing lots of people. Can someone, Jessica, can you go through and just mute everybody? I'm targeting just to Calgary, and I'm just putting out content, and then an ad, and content, and then an ad. Calgary, ages 18 to 35, men and women, no interest. That's like that's basically what I'm doing, is I'm getting my face in front of people so that over time, people are going to feel like they know me, right? Because they're going to see my face all the time. So this is another thing that you can try. Again, this isn't something I'm just testing for a month. This is something I'm committed to spending X amount of dollars, $300 a month, whatever you can afford, to that one audience. And that's one thing that I'm going to do for like a year's time. Am I going to get wrapped up in, oh, my cost per lead's like $5? Oh, it's not, it's only like $3.
Right.
As opposed to when I go broad and I can get like 50-cent leads. But the thing is I'm committed to doing that. I have a purpose. I have an intention for it. And at the end of the day, I'm just compiling data. So when, instead of getting caught up in, I don't have any sales, yes, Ace? I'm going to meet some people here because Jesse can't do it. Ace, what would you like? Okay, everybody's muted, I think. No, Kimberly's not muted. Okay, everybody's muted now. Okay, so is this making sense to you guys? Can you guys put in the chat if what I'm saying is making sense? The other thing is instead of getting caught up in I don't have any sales, this is the most valuable thing I've ever learned, honestly, and this helped me huge, was when you compile enough data and you can run a lookalike audience, so that's 100 people per country. You can export that data out of your back office and you can put it into Facebook. Then what Facebook's going to do is Facebook is going to take that information and they're going to pump it in and go and compile all the data. And then it's basically, you're going to be able to run, basically Facebook's going to tell you who's actually getting your attention, right? So when we're running ads, I want you guys to think more about data collection. Like it's about collecting data so that you can design your avatar. This is not something that we just try. This is building your own social media brand, your own online business. So in the beginning, are you going to be super clear on exactly who you're attracting? No, because then even when you do get sales, you might get sales where you're like, well, I don't know if I want to work with those types of people, So let the compiling of the data do its own work so that you guys can just focus on generating traffic. So instead of thinking, how do I generate sales? How about think, how can I get enough data that Facebook will support me in being able to create a strong avatar, right? And there's a little bit of ego you got to let go with that. And just go, okay, I'm just going to see what comes of this. And I think when you think of it that way and you can focus more on creativity, then it gets a little bit more fun, right? Because then you're like, oh, who are my people and how do I talk to them? Ace, what, honey? Here.
Leave.
So, sorry guys, I told the boys we would go to the pool right away. So I got about 5 more minutes. I just wanted to share that with you guys and see if that was valuable for you. Can you tell me if that was valuable, or if you have any questions, please let me know. Melanie Brian had said there's other ways to get a lookalike audience versus, there is. Yes, so there is a way to do it. I've done it once. Melissa just did it the other day. So maybe I'll ask her if she would like to do a training on it for you guys. Basically what it does is it takes all the info and the data from who's engaging with your Facebook, and it kind of does the same thing. So I know that Melissa literally got I think she said she got like an 8-cent lead or something. I don't know how her ad's doing now. But there is another way. If you guys would like that, I'll work on getting a training on how you could do that. And if you do that, I would really love it if you could let me know. I'm going to make a post in ACE Apprenticeship Program about this training. If you guys think it's valuable, if you guys think it's helpful. I think what it really is about is like being clear and confident, not in who your people are, but your message, and if you were clear and confident in your message and you're able to display that not just in an ad, but also in a form of content, then it's more fun and you can enjoy things a little bit more. But I missed a good portion. Okay, Lisa. Well, I'm gonna shut this off right away, and then I'm going to post it. I did record it, so you guys will be able to watch it. I'll post it to my YouTube, and then I'll put it in the ACE Apprenticeship. I would definitely recommend watching this from the start. Christy, oh, that's awesome, Christy. Okay, let's see if anybody else has any long-term game. It's always about the long-term game, and it's about compiling data and learning that your brand's not just going to explode. Like, right? Some people's it does, but then what happens is at some point you're going to have to create content for people, because at some point, if you're not clear, it's going to show up in your sales. It's going to show up in your communication. So compile the data, put out content constantly. Yes, stick to your ad budget. Yes, get those leads low. But at the same time, focus on your message to people. Let Facebook compile the data and then go from there. And always be thinking long-term game. So if you're committed to an audience, like I just explained in Calgary, it's something I'm testing. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to commit a certain part of my ad budget to it for a year. And that includes not just ads, but also it includes content that I'm putting out there. So once you do choose something, commit. The thing is you do have to be super clear. So it's not going to work. That is a pink flamingo. It's not something, and I want to be super clear on this. I'm not telling you that if it's not working, I see the pink flamingo. Sorry, guys. I'm not telling you guys that if something's not working to just like keep going and keep going. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if your message is strong, your message is clear, and you have a dialed in audience. Again, I'm not talking necessarily about interests. I'm more speaking of like regions, lifestyle, ages, gender. If you know that and you're confident in that, and you can put out valuable information. So like also something that I'm doing is I started a series called Abundance Unleashed on my Facebook fan page. And I do it every Thursday, and it's specifically geared towards entrepreneurs, because entrepreneurs are like business-minded people. Young millennial business-minded people are the ones that I would love to work with, because they're malleable and everything. And I'm confident that I can help them. And, so that's like my thing. So I do a series every Thursday at noon, and it's called Abundance Unleashed, and it's Shauna Unleashed. And it's just a series. I don't have a link to my website or nothing. Just do a go live, give some data, some content, and I'm out. So, and all my posts are geared more around beaches and fun and all yoga and being active and healthy and confident. So I'm speaking to an audience right now in everything I do. So just to recap, have intention, have confidence in your clarity, your messages, and who you want to work with. And then don't get caught up on the interests and it's more about what kind of data can I get from Facebook to tell me that stuff. So that's just my take. I do use it. It works for me almost always. And I wanted to share that with you guys. And I'm really happy that all 21 of you jumped on here and were able, hopefully, to get something from this. And I'll post the replay and then we'll go from there. So if there are no more pressing questions, I should go. Great data. Thanks for the info. You're welcome, Kevin and Emily. Gather data. Yeah, for sure. Gather it. You're welcome, Dave. Okay, so I'll talk to you guys all later. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. And for those of you in the 90-day challenge, I think this will be really helpful for you to when you're thinking about your avatar. Please reach out to me if any of this doesn't make sense. And the other thing is don't copy what someone else is doing either. And that's why when we talk about avatars and we talk about targeting, it's well, who's targeting what and what's working? It's well, don't look at the details of what they're doing. why is it working for them? So that's why when people come to me, they're like, can you look at my ad? I'm like, I want to look at your Facebook page first. That's where usually, honestly, I'll go when someone's like, I want to look at, can you look at my ad? I'll go to their Facebook page and I'll look at what kind of content they're putting out. And if their content and their message is not clear on their Facebook page, it's not just about the ads. It's actually so much more than that. So if you want to know why or why not your stuff is working, maybe have a look at what you're putting out there, right? Yes, we do ads. Yes, we're professional advertisers and everything like that. But if your message isn't clear, then you're not going to get anybody's attention. So anyways, for those of you who jumped on, I'm jumping off now. I will post this. It's going to download. And then once it's downloaded, I'll put it to my YouTube. And then I will make a post in the ACE Apprenticeship Program. And for anybody that wants a little bit of training on this. So much love to you all. Have a great Thursday. I have 2 more days in Cabo. So I'm going to go. Peace out.